Alright, and this is Humdrum 17. I am here today. I'm gonna review the Grizzly G0800. I just received it the other day, and I've already turned one bowl, made some sawdust here, as you can see here on the ground. I don't have the bowl down here. I'm gonna maybe post some pictures at the end. So yeah, overall, pretty excited and pretty satisfied with this product. First of all is I'll post some pictures at the end of how I picked it up. I actually picked it up at the factory. If any of you are able to go down to the showroom in Springfield or Washington, I highly recommend it because there's a lot of cool stuff there. One of my concerns when I first got this was that I would actually be able to move this. Everything on here, the head, the tool rest, tailstock is removable. The part I was concerned about was being able to pick up the bed itself and put it on the legs. And I can tell you that with two guys, you can definitely pick up the bed. It's a bit heavy. 3 guys would be better, but 2 guys, you can definitely pick it up. And if you read the instructions, it says that to get a forklift to lift up the bed and then install the legs. And I'm pretty sure that not everyone, or most everyone, does not have access to a forklift, or even if they do, probably not able to fit a forklift in your shop. Certainly not if you have a shop like mine. So what I did to install the legs, or install the whole thing, was I turned the bed upside down on the ground. And again, I'll post some pictures of this later on after everything. Turn the bed itself upside down, put the legs on, and then flipped it up. And I still couldn't lift it up by myself, but I got like a 2x4 underneath it, and I was able to lift it up by myself that way. And then I just installed everything else, except for the head. That, unless you're really strong, which could be I'm just a weakling, I don't know. I couldn't install that by myself. You'll probably need 2 people for that. So I get another shot of that over here. There's some sort of electrical box on the back there, and then there's the mount for the cage. So, as you can see, it's dirty. I've already used it once. Completely satisfied with it. We'll start over here. Actually, we'll start down at the bottom. Down at the bottom, I don't know if you can tell there, you have these legs, or the feet are threaded bolts, and you can thread them up and down to screw them up and down to level the bed. And my floor slopes pretty well, so this foot is pretty maxed out. The ones in the back or at the bottom. Let's see, moving up from there. I don't know if there's enough light in here, but there's actually part of the built into the cast iron legs. You can put a shelf in there, put a board, and then some of you may have noticed in the brochure that there's a rod that goes across there in some sort of a pan. I have the pan over here with the rod down here. There's the rod. I decided not to install it because I have a different method for storing all my chisels, as you can see over here. I think it's called like a chisel pan or something like that. If you decide to install it and decide you don't like it, don't worry. You can actually take this thing on and off. You don't have to take the whole thing apart. And let's see if we can do this. This goes in there. Here. Like that. And there's another hole. And then there's some bolts that you can put in there. And obviously the pan itself. I probably won't install it, but if you want it, it's an option. It's there for you. Another thing is this tool, the tool shelf. You can install it on the side like they show in the brochure. You can also install it right here. And if you so choose, or you could also install it over here, down here. And I didn't think I'd have enough room, but I actually had enough room, so I put it where it says. And so you got 3 different options for there. Moving on to the tailstock with the extension bed. And something I didn't realize, I thought it was a separate part, but they show another extension bed that goes on the bottom down here if you want an extra, I think it's like, if you want like a 30-inch swing. It looks like this extension bed that comes with it, you can actually take off this hinge and use it for that extension bed if you so choose, because it looks like these holes line up down there. And it's a 12-inch bed, so I haven't tried it myself. I probably won't do that, but it looks like that's an option. The tailstock, oh yeah, and then this, I don't know if you can see it down here, you have this nice little post right here. There's actually a magnet right there. Let's see if I can make this move. And it keeps it right there pretty well. So this isn't the stock live center that comes with it. It's one that I had laying around. So here, we'll just swing this over. I have just enough room. And I tried adjusting this. You can see these 2 pins right down here. And the bottom of this extension bed, I tried adjusting it several times, and this is about as best as I could get it. But when you pull the extension bed, it'll actually ride up on these pins here. I don't know if that's a huge issue. I don't know if over time if it's going to wear or not, but I mean it works right now. So maybe I'm just being picky. But that closes right there. Let's see. Close that, and I didn't actually have to make any adjustments as far as this being flush right here. Well, I say that now. Maybe the adjustments I made, okay, never mind. I'll deal with that later. So, let's see, onto the tool rest. I think that says it has 15 inches from the center to all the way out here. So that's further than the actual swing of the lathe itself. I think you have 24 inches of swing, and this comes out 15, which would give you overall 30. You know, perfectly adequate, real good, heavy duty. I'm happy with that. Another thing on the tool rest banjo, this lock, you actually have 3 positions you can put it in. You can put it on the back here, like so, or you can put it on this side or over here. Whatever fits your fancy. Oh, come on. I'm trying to do this one-handed. There you go. And it's another nice feature. If it's in the way like that, you can adjust it back like that, or wherever you need it. I liked it on the back, so I'll put it back there when I use it again. It's probably, I don't think this is a design flaw, maybe just installation flaw, but when I got it, this warning label was sticking up above the tool rest here, so I had to, I suppose you could just take the whole warning label off, but I actually just chopped the top of it off, and it worked perfectly fine. There's the Grizzly logo. I like it. And I actually have a Nova Chuck, Supernova 2, I think it is. And let's go ahead and plug this thing in. And that's, when you plug it in, it makes that kind of whirring sound. So here we have emergency off handle, you have a reset button, you have forward and reverse, and then your speed control right here. When it's off, you'll read 0 on the speed control. So you just twist this to turn it on. We'll put this down low, and then we'll go forward is to the left. And then for some reason, I think the first time you turn it on, you have to hit reset. Maybe. Okay, I haven't quite figured out the exact sequence of events there yet. But that's it running. It says we're at 292 RPMs, and I don't know if it's showing up or if it's showing up in the video, but it's pretty quiet. So we'll turn it up to, that's all the way up, 1017 RPM, and it's pretty quiet. You could probably work without any headphones or ear protection. So I'll turn that off. Something to be aware of: if you go in reverse and you're going to put it over in the if you're going in forward and you want to go to reverse, wait till it stops before you put it in reverse. It won't. It seemed I was going in forward and I switched it over to reverse, and it sounded like it strained the motor a little bit. So that's something to be aware of. Also, the other thing I noticed is, let's see if it does it here. You can tell it starts up pretty slow. So that's probably 10 or 15 seconds there. I'll turn it back off. That was probably 10 or 15 seconds there to get it all the way up to speed. My previous experience is I've turned on a stubby lathe, loved it. I think that so that's about all I have to compare it to. And the stubby lathe seemed to wind up a little bit faster. I don't know if that's a huge issue. I found it a couple times when I'd stop it while I was turning, and then trying to turn it back on, and I had to wait a couple seconds while it wound up. So I guess it just takes a little bit of patience on the part of the operator. Another nice feature here, to get access to the belt, this is held in by a magnet. You have probably, it looks like 2 magnets right here on the head. And this thing, whoever designed this, built this, they did a pretty good job. It fits in there pretty tight. They have some sort of rubber gasket in there, so it seals up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. You have in here access to the belt. You have 2 different positions. I haven't played with that much. I've left it on low so far, and I turned an entire bolt on low. So you have a speed chart here. Coming to the back, let's see, you have your index here. You actually have a gauge. It shows 90, 270, 0, and 180 down here. And then you have index, lines. You have between 0 and 90, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 big lines, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So make 6 of the small lines. So 5 big lines, then 1 between each one of them. So that'd give you, I don't know, I can't math in my head. I'll let you guys figure it out. But anyway, to do the index, all you have this lever right here, and you pull it out, and then, alright, it's in an index. And then, oh yeah, something else. Here, I'll take this off. I don't know if this is going to show up in the video, but there is actually a line on the spindle here. It looks like it's etched in there. There's one. There's actually 4 lines, so 1 to line up with each of the 4 cardinal positions. So we'll put this on 0, and it locks in there, and oh, it's pretty close. It's well within 1/16 of an inch right there. I know it's, I don't know, it's close. It's not going to be super accurate, but I mean, it lines up fairly well. Let's see, some electrical box back here, and then on the side you have another handle where you can adjust. I think it's for adjusting. Let's see. Let's unplug this first before I. There you go. Alright, just unplugged it, and it still takes a minute for it to turn off. There it goes. It's still making noise. I don't know why it's still making noise. It shouldn't be making noise. But anyway, so you loosen up this handle here. Okay, there, the sound just went off. And you can adjust, I guess that's to help you change the belt from different positions. So tighten that down. And again, this handle will adjust here. Like so. Let's see, what else? I can't really think of anything else. Oh, here in the tailstock you have two holes here. I believe those will go whenever it becomes available. The duplicating attachment, it'll attach on the back side. So turn that around. Yeah, you can see it there. You have the two holes. That should go to the attachment, the duplicating attachment. And something else. You have your handle up here. Extend out the quill. Alright, I don't know if this is going to show up on the video or not, but I'll just try explaining it. The nice feature here on the quill is they actually have inches and millimeters. Inches, I think it goes out to 4 inches. Let's see here. There's 4, about 4.5, and it looks like 110, 115 millimeters. So it's actually etched in there, which is really nice. Close that all the way up. You have on the hand wheel, you have a nice little handle here. And that will pop out your live center. Really like that. So yeah, that's about it. I will say when you first get it, it is covered in grease and oil, and you'll want to do a real good wipe down on the entire thing. It's if you're worried about getting your hands dirty, get a pair of gloves. Don't wear some good clothes. Wear some clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. Let's see. I think that's about it. This thing is solid. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and hope that helps some people out on their decision to get this. I researched this, and I researched this pretty well before I got it, and for the money, I think this is about the most lathe you can get. Certainly the biggest swing. If you were to get another lathe with this amount of swing, it'd probably be about twice the amount of money. So I think Grizzly put out a real good product here. I'm happy with it. Don't have a whole lot of complaints really. They have a nice little bevel on the inside here of the bed. There's a little bit of marring on the bed itself. Certainly nothing that's a deal breaker. I can't even feel it. I can just kind of see it. So yeah, I would recommend this to just about anyone. So hope you enjoy this. Hope this helps you make a decision on whether to buy this or not, and have a good day. Thanks.